The sky was supposed to be their kingdom. Boeing, the giant airplane manufacturer, is in trouble again. Do you remember the nightmare of the 737 MAX? Lives were lost, trust was broken, and the company lost almost $19 billion in 2019 alone. People hoped that Boeing had learned its lesson, that the worst was over. But then, on June 12, 2025, the unthinkable happened. A Boeing 787 Dreamliner, one of the safest and most modern planes, crashed. The news was like a shockwave. This is no longer just a money or technical problem, it's a total crisis of trust. Can Boeing recover from this? And for us, the passengers, will we ever feel safe flying on their planes again? Let's go back for a moment. In 2018 and 2019, two Boeing 737 MAX planes crashed in just 5 months. Lion Air 610 and Ethiopian Airlines 302. 346 people died. The cause? A software problem, MCS, that was supposed to help, but ended up being deadly. After that, all 737 MAX planes were grounded for 20 months. Investigations showed major problems in how Boeing worked, putting money above safety. The company lost more than $10 billion. It wasn't just money. Boeing's reputation, once a symbol of American excellence, was damaged badly. Some say this started after Boeing merged with McDonnell Douglas in 1997, when engineers lost power and money people took over. It was the start of deeper problems. Boeing tried to fix things. The 737 MAX was allowed to fly again, new safety plans were announced, and some changes were made. But incidents continued, like in January 2024 when a door blew off from Alaska Airlines' 737 MAX mid-flight. That brought fear back. In late 2024, Boeing reported another big loss, almost $12 billion, because of ongoing quality issues and worker strikes. They only delivered 348 airplanes that year, which was their lowest number since 2021. Did you start trusting Boeing again after all this? Tell us in comment. Just as Boeing was trying to recover, another tragedy hit. On June 12, 2025, Air India Flight AI 171, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, crashed shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad, India. It was headed to London with 242 people on board. The result, 279 dead, including people on the ground. Only one person survived. Why is this such a big shock? Well, it's because until now, the 787 Dreamliner had never had a deadly crash. It was considered very safe. Since 2011, over 1,100 Dreamliners have flown more than 1 billion people safely. The 787 was Boeing's pride, a fuel-efficient, comfortable, high-tech airplane made with strong, light materials. Right now, we don't know exactly what happened. The black boxes are being examined. Maybe it was a technical issue, maybe human error, maybe poor maintenance. We'll see. Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg canceled his trip to the Paris Air Show and went to India instead. That really shows how serious the situation is. This is the first deadly 787 crash, and it comes at the worst possible time for Boeing. This crash raises a scary question. Are Boeing's problems deeper than we thought? Is this just bad luck? Or is there something really wrong with how the company works? There were many warnings before. John Barnett, a former Boeing quality manager, said years ago that there were safety risks in how the 787 was built, like bad parts and metal debris near wires. His warnings now sound very serious. The FAA already found lots of problems in Boeing's factories in 2024. There were stories of poor tools, bad checks, and even workers using hotel cards to test plane doors or dish soap as lubricant. It sounds crazy, but this is in aviation, where one mistake can kill. Boeing promised changes, better training, safer systems, new leadership. The old CEO, Dave Calhoun, left in 2024. But changing a big company's culture takes time, years, maybe even decades. Is Boeing really improving? Or is it still cutting corners to save money and beat Airbus? Also, Boeing's supply chain is fragile. They use many subcontractors all over the world to build plane parts cheaply, but, that makes it hard to control quality. This crash may show that Boeing's problems are not just with the 737 MAX, it may affect the whole system. Trust in Boeing was already, pretty weak. This crash could destroy it even further. Airlines had started buying 737 MAX planes again, but only slowly. Now, with the 787 crash, they might start to think twice. Will they cancel orders? Will they demand more safety checks? Or maybe they'll buy more planes from Airbus instead. Changing from Boeing to Airbus isn't easy at all. It means retraining pilots, mechanics, and honestly changing a whole lot of systems. But if safety is in doubt, airlines might feel like they just don't have any other choice. So what about passengers? People already feared flying on the 737 MAX, and honestly, some even checked the airplane type before buying tickets. That fear might grow now. Folks might start avoiding airlines that use Boeing planes altogether. And with social media, every rumor, every video, every complaint, it's all going to spread super fast. Boeing had a hard time rebuilding trust after the MAX crashes. Rebuilding it again after this, well, that just feels almost impossible. How do you feel? Would you fly on a Boeing today? Now Boeing's future is well very unclear. They really need real deep change, not just nice words. Air safety regulators like the FAA in the United States, EASA in Europe, and others are definitely going to get tougher. There will be more inspections, longer certifications, and, tighter rules. Some 787s may even be grounded. That would hurt Boeing badly. Airbus, Boeing's big rival, is watching closely. They have their own problems, but honestly, they might benefit if customers start leaving Boeing. And China's Comac might also try to grow during this crisis. So to survive, Boeing really needs to be honest about its mistakes, put safety and engineers first, fix quality at every level, invest long-term in safer technology, and be transparent with the public. This is going to take years, and honestly, a lot of money. Boeing is already deep in debt. The US government might step in to help, since Boeing is pretty crucial for defense and jobs, but they're not just going to hand over a blank check. So the big question is, can Boeing become great again, a name people actually trust, or is this just the slow fall of a giant that refused to change? Boeing is in a serious crisis. After the 737 MAX tragedy, the Dreamliner crash feels like a final warning. The problems are big, trust is gone. Boeing has two choices, change completely or keep falling. Passengers, airlines, everyone is watching. They want proof that safety is truly the top priority. Will Boeing survive? Will people trust them again? Only time will tell. What do you think? Will you still fly on a Boeing plane? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to follow for updates on this important story. Thanks for watching and see you next time.